Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and we're taking a look today at the LaCie rugged USB Type-C external hard drive. This is their 4 terabyte model. It also comes in a 2 terabyte model, and it looks very similar to their other rugged drives, but this one has a USB Type-C connector on the end of it. So if you have a USB Type-C computer, you're all set, but it also comes packed in with a USB Type-C to regular USB connector as well. So they've got both bases covered. I do want to mention, though, in the interest of full disclosure, this came in free of charge from LaCie. They do not want it back. We'll be using it for backup purposes here on the channel, but no one's paying for this review. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is reviewing this content before it is posted. All right, so let's take a quick look at the hardware now. There's not much to it, just a single USB port for data and power, so one cable is all you need. They get a nice rubber sleeve here that encompasses the drive, that keeps it from slipping while it is on a desk or other surface, but also provides some shock protection if it is dropped. Now, they rate this for falls from 1.2 meters or 4 feet onto a hard surface, provided the drive is off. And that's the important thing to note with these rugged drives that are still using mechanical parts, that when they're on, they are very susceptible to damage, especially if they are dropped while those things are in motion. So they're safest when they are off and parked, and then if you were to drop it, like from the height that I'm at, you shouldn't have any problems with it later on. You can take the rubber sleeve off here if you wish, but I don't recommend it. They do say it's splash proof but not waterproof, and I would say that's probably because these screws here are probably not watertight. So you definitely don't want to dunk it in water, but it should survive a puddle or maybe getting rained on in a very light way. But I, again, wouldn't consider this something you want to dunk into any tanks or buckets or anything like that. It is very sturdy, a nice metal hard shell case. I believe this is made out of aluminum. It's sturdy enough, they say, to survive a car running over it, provided that car is about a ton or less, so more of a subcompact versus a pickup truck, but it will certainly survive somebody stepping on it. So I think that's probably the more likely scenario, that somebody might get up and step on it if it's on the floor or something, so you are protected against that. It is expensive though, so this one with the 4 terabyte configuration is $250. That is double the price you can get for something like this, which has the same performance and capacity. So the question might be, why are these things so expensive? Well, the reason is the industrial design. They are certainly a lot more hardened and have a lot more materials, and there's probably more manufacturing cost involved with it. They're also geared to professionals who are willing to pay for some protection, and that is really the difference here between something like this and something like this. So if your desire here is just performance and capacity at the lowest price, you can certainly find that in a less expensive drive and get the same exact performance you're about to see out of this one. But if you're in a professional environment and are trusting the intern with your day's worth of shooting photos or video or something, you probably want to get something that might give you a little added peace of mind, which is why these drives tend to be attractive for professionals. So let's take a look now and see how it performs. All right, so I've got the drive hooked up to my aging 2012 MacBook Pro. This computer built this channel and it's still going strong, and you can see here the kind of throughput we're getting on the drive connected to that Mac. So writes are around 130 megabytes per second or so, and about the same on the reads too, which is actually pretty good for a spinning drive. I'm seeing a nice progression in performance on a lot of these spinning drives over the last year or so, so this one is certainly keeping up with a lot of the other external drives that are out there. Let's take a look now, though, at some 4K multi-camera editing with Final Cut Pro, and this is often a test that really puts spinning drives in a stressed environment, in that they really can't keep up with the data load. This one is getting there. It's going to lag out a little bit as these videos get a little more intense with more motion here as the dog is running through the scene, but it is actually working pretty decently for a spinning drive. I often recommend, though, for multi-camera editors to use an external SSD, but we're getting to the point where some of these spinning drives might actually be something that can be workable in one of those multi-camera environments. So that is the rugged USB Type-C drive from LaCie. Remember, this is not a drive you're buying for its performance or capacity. You can get that in something that costs a lot less, like this one, but if you were to step on this, you'll probably break it. This one will survive not only a footstep or two, but a couple of drops and maybe even a Hyundai rolling over it or something like that. So you do get a little more protection here, and for professionals out in the field, that might be something worth paying the premium price for. This is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by my Patreon supporters, including gold level supporter Eric. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/Patreon to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/S.